Hello once again, Internet. Welcome to the most unnecessarily expensive video I'm going to be putting on my channel. That's the one. Let's go with that. So, you probably noticed from the video title that we're doing something completely different again. And of course, none of you are going to see this because of how YouTube's algorithms work, but if you made it here, then good for you. And you can probably tell here, I got my Switch with me, but right now you can't see the game. I mean, I'll pull that up whenever, but it doesn't really matter, because we're actually not here to talk about the Zelda game specifically. Being careful with it, with your child.
You better.
This is exactly what it looks like. It's... well, I mean, it's not quite what it looks like. It looks like a VR headset. It's sort of is. It's goggles made for a drone, specifically. What was that?
I'm whispering in your ear right now. It's made by DJI, the world-renowned drone company.
You don't need to pretend to be professional on this show.
Right, okay.
So this is made for drones, but as it turns out, it's actually compatible with anything that has an HDMI output. And you're going to see here in a second... yeah, actually, can we get a view of inside here? You know what? Let me just get that right up into the camera.
Wait, let me do it.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah, you can.
They don't need to clear, as long as you can see. Alright, I got it.
Yeah, and it's two 1080p screens in this thing.
Yeah. Basically, we have the Switch running through this thing right now, and it really does need to be seen to be believed. I mean, it's not going to be 3D or anything. You guys aren't really going to see much of the effect. But basically, you can... for a game that's all about exploring the world and being engrossed and immersed and all that yada yada whatever, this is basically perfect for it. And I guess we can just go right into it.
DJI says that it's like looking at a 300-inch screen.
It kind of is. It's like being in a theater. It really is. Okay.
It's great for drones, too.
Get this on my giant-ass head. And try not to press any buttons. Get it right up in there. Where is the screen thingy? There it is. I don't know where the controller is.
It's right there.
Okay. Alright, so right now you should be seeing the game, and you should be seeing me in the little corner here. Alright, yeah, we're working. And you can see right here, I got it all set up. It's a nice little evening. Got my horsey right here, naturally. And we're going to look at some nice environment. What the? Some asshole just shot a rock at me. I'm trying to demonstrate things for my YouTubes, and then this guy just shooting rocks at me like
Some
nothing.
people have no respect for vlogs.
Right? Can't believe these people. So here we have just a nice little lovely jaunt through the forest. And like I said here, this thing naturally, since I'm sure you all know how VR goggles work, this thing is right up in my face. There's like a nice curve to it. I'm going to try and simulate that in the video if I can. I don't know if I will be able to. And honestly, even though it's not like 3D or anything, this seriously is probably the coolest way that you could play this game. Because, well, like I said, it's entirely about immersion in the environment and just exploring the wilderness and all that whatever's. And you can't really be any more immersed in something than when it's literally in your face. Basically almost on the inside of it, which is probably medically unsafe, but I'm not going to.
Urbosa's fury is ready.
People have commented that these look awkward because they're so large, but that's because they're such high quality they had to make them that large. And to be honest, if you're going for cool, you burnt that bridge as soon as you purchased a drone and some goggles for it. If you're standing out in the middle of the field flying a drone or playing Switch, you've already burnt that bridge of cool long ago. So, you know, really, it's all about the coolness of it, and yeah, it's not a fashion statement.
Just in case if any of you are like, oh no, this is fake video clickbait, ooh, just because there's always going to be somebody like that. I'm going to get some enemies here, and I'm actually going to beat some dudes up with my swords and stuff. I'm just going to show you. You see I got my controller here, you can probably see me wobbling around. And of course, I picked the one area in the game where there are no more enemies. Isn't that just delightful? And I'm about to get hit by lightning and die. Isn't that delightful also? Give me a second here. Where is the thing that is for... There it is. There have to be... You know what? I'm going to warp somewhere where there are enemies, and I'm actually going to kill something here that way. That's not a thing. That's a tower right here. I'm not going to take up too much of you guys' time here, because I know you guys can't really see what's going on here, but I just want you to know that, I mean, we mentioned earlier that this thing does look kind of heavy and cumbersome, but it really isn't. Like, you don't need to do anything special to get it to fit on your face. As long as you have, like, a normal adult-sized head, then you're good to go. There's a bunch of padding on it. It's comfortable. It's light. It does sort of inherently make you want to lean backwards a bit. It sounds like there's something touching my head, but I'm not sure what it is. No? Nothing. You know what? I don't see any enemies. You know, screw the naysayers. I don't really care if you believe me or not. This is cool, and this is something that I can just do now, so screw the rest of you. Not screw the rest of you. You guys are nice. You guys know I'm kidding. You guys know I love yous. Alright, so we're going to end on yet another nice little view. You can see Hyrule Castle off there in the distance. And that, honestly, about covers it. I'm not going to make a huge, unnecessarily long video of just playing around with this thing when you guys can't see it. It's sweaty under there, I'm going to concede that. But that's the gist of it. And, again, all of the stuff required for this is way more expensive than I can really justify as something, oh, go out and buy. How much was this?
It cost me $700 Canadian with tax.
Yeah, that.
They're $449 US plus tax.
That's as much as I spent on the Switch and the games and everything. Although, I'm just going to throw this out there. Hypothetically, and I don't recommend this for reasons I'm going to go into, but hypothetically, as long as you had a power source for the Switch and all this stuff with you, you could play the Switch in full HD anywhere you wanted on a screen only you can see. And if you put headphones, you can actually plug headphones into the Switch here, and it will still work. They'll work perfectly. And you can fit them around this and wear those. If you had like a power source, you could bring all this stuff outside.
That way, if somebody forces you to go camping, you're not forced to look at and listen to nature. You can actually listen to cool stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to listen to nature. You can just listen to nature. But it's video game nature, so it's better.
So it's cooler.
Yeah, it's inherently cooler.
And it's more realistic.
Seriously though, like, you can do this with any system. If you have one of these things that just accepts general HD output, then you could do this with anything. You could do it with the PS4, an Xbox One. It works on PC. It works on PS2.
Movies.
Not PS2. That's not HD. It's PS3. I meant movies. Yeah.
Even your iPhone or iPad, if you have FireWire HDMI plug.
Yeah, that. So I mean, if you know somebody with these, you need to try it, because I can't emphasize how freaking cool this is.
Not FireWire, Lightning.
There you go.
Whatever the hell that Apple.
Whatever it is, it burns like an ass.
Priority. The Apple stupid plug name.
So yeah, I think that about covers it. This is really cool. It works good with. It's cool with drones. It's cool with games. It's cool with whatever you plug it into.
It's cool until people look at you with it on.
Play it by yourself.
Yes, because that's always cool.
If you like need to bring your games to your grandparents' house and they only have a CRT from 20 years ago, and you want to play your HD ass games, bring this along.
And you don't have to be forced to talk to your grandparents and stuff. Make conversation.
Don't need to try and explain what a Switch is.
Yeah.
Or what a drone is.
When I was your
What
age,
HD
we didn't
is.
have switches. We didn't even have electricity.
Back in my day, Nintendo was making extendo arms and playing cards and love hotels.
What?
That's a real thing.
Oh, okay.
Way back in the early days, Nintendo did everything.
Oh, I didn't know that. It was before my time.
It was before most people's times because they were around for over 100 years.
Oh, that's way before my time.
Now we're just turning into a Nintendo podcast.
Okay.
I think we should. That's probably a sign that we're done here.
Yeah.
Okay, so bye.
Bye. They're still here. They're still here.
Yeah.
I don't.
Get rid of them.
I pushed them. I just get rid of them. They won't leave. They won't. Pretend we're going to bed. Just pretend we're going to bed. They'll leave.
Okay, I'm going to bed.
Okay. Good night. Good night.